Hey, Cindy. Hi, Linda. Hi, Heather. Janice, it's good to see you. So the hubby needs to bring you some strong coffee, huh, Heather? Well, Beth obviously found you, Heather, because she says she subscribed to your station. So we'll have to, I will check after the live to see if I can get on, because that sounds like it's a good thing. Hey, Tina. Well, guess what came yesterday? Bargain Bead Box. And weirdly enough, when I checked its tracking, it said it still was in Tennessee. So it just mysteriously zoomed over here. Hey, Sid. So we will open this in just a minute. I was planning on doing a resin project, but I think we're gonna open our bargain bead box as well as do a little chatting, and if we still have time, I still might do a really fast resin project. If not, then we'll do one tomorrow. So, hey, PK. Oh, you think you got it fixed, Heather? That's good. Hey, Debbie. So, as I mentioned yesterday, we now have 23 members, and I can see that quite a few of you guys are members. Hey, Donna. Hey, Cynthia. And we only need 2 more to do our drawing for the logo mug. Um, for those of you who haven't seen it, let's get it down and I'll show it to you. So it's this is it. It's got a red interior, a red handle, and then my logo, which looks just like my business card's front side, on both sides. It says IRG, and then In Rose's Garden below that. I'm sorry, Connie, that your bargain bead box still isn't here. I got to tell you, don't bother checking the tracking, because I checked it yesterday and it told me it was still in Tennessee, and then the mail came and it was in the mailbox. So obviously it wasn't still in Tennessee, unless nowadays we've figured out how to teleport. So, because I don't think it's going to get from Tennessee to here in one day, unless they flew it. You know? So don't trust your tracking. It's no good right now. It's lying through its teeth. It's because, like I said, mine said it was in Tennessee still yesterday morning when I checked it, and it was in the mailbox today, the same day. So stranger things have happened. So we'll look at this today. And here's a bracelet I started in my class yesterday. I took stuff to make earrings, pendants with rayon cords, and stretch bracelets. And the stretch bracelets, I just grabbed my stretch magic off the shelf, thinking, well, some of the kids might want to make stretch bracelets. They all wanted to make stretch bracelets. So I started one. I only had one child signed up for my class, and she wanted to make a stretch bracelet. So we started stretch bracelets, and I started one. And then the girl who was organizing it with us, Erin from our club, she came in and whispered to me, What would you think about letting some of the parents come into your class? Because we've got parents just hanging around waiting for their kids to get out. And I said, "Psh, go ahead, send them over. No problem. And so I had two parents show up, a mom and a dad. And the dad had a younger child with him, which made me a little leery, but he wanted to make stretch bracelets too. So they did. So, stretch bracelets probably the easiest and safest when it comes right down to it thing to make. So, so I cut them some stretch cord and I showed them how to get started. And then the mom that showed up wanted to make some earrings and she already knew how. So I just needed to give her some supplies. And so she made two pair of simple earrings. Um, and so that was cool. And then all of a sudden I had three or four more girls show up. And that's why mine didn't get finished because I was too busy handling hey Deborah, handling the everybody who showed up and getting things supplies to them and showing them what they needed to do. And the biggest thing was the knot. Nobody could figure it, even though I showed it like 4 or 5 times, everybody kept messing it up, so I'd have to redo their knots for them because they'd be like way up above the beads. Even though I said, you got to hold it tight, you got to pull as soon as you let go, it's got to be pulled. And they, yeah. So I was re-knotting quite a few of the bracelets. Hi, Beth. And but yeah, everybody wanted to make a bracelet. I did have one girl show up that didn't care about making bracelets. She wanted to make a pair of earrings for her mom. So I helped her make a pair of earrings. And like I said, the one mom that was there knew what she was doing and she made two pair of earrings. And the dad and the one little girl, the little girl was picking the beads out and he was putting them on the cord for her. So that was cute. And they made two because he asked if it was all right if he made two because he wanted to make one for his daughter that was at home as well as the one that was sitting in his lap. So we got two going for him. And I looked up and they had a whole bunch of big strand of beads, and I said, you better check that on the wrist because you're getting a little long there. I think that's going to be way too big. So they ended up having to take off like 4 or 5 beads. Then I had another girl show up that wanted to make a stretch bracelet. So and she was a friend of my first student. So hi Becky. So she got started on a bracelet as well. And then after she finished her bracelet, the original girl and who had made a pair of earrings after she made her stretch bracelet, I helped her make a pair of earrings. And she's like, I know how to do it now. So the two girls each made one earring. They were making them for a friend. And so that was pretty cute. But though I did have to tell one little girl that showed up with a mom who was making a stretch bracelet not to play with the flush cutters, please, because they will cut you. And she was probably only like 5 or 6. So mom looked over and grabbed them from her quickly. So it was good. Sometimes I reprimand a child a little bit, trying to be as nice as possible, but, wanting to get the point across. And the parents get a little bit nasty, because there's seems to be a lot of those parents out these days, unfortunately, that think their children can do no wrong, which does not do their children any favors. And hey, Cindy. Oh, you got your BBB too? And yeah, I got mine yesterday. See? We're going to open it here in a bit. And but this mom was great. As soon as she realized what I was saying, that they'll cut metal. If they cut metal, they'll definitely cut you. She grabbed them away from her little girl pretty quickly. So that was good. Um, so yeah. Hi, Terry. Are you new here, Terry? I don't think I recall seeing you before. So yeah, we had a pretty good time. My yeah, exactly, Becky. But so it turned out those all my flush cutters that were in my teaching bag were pretty dull. I mean, um, I actually got my own cutters out because I took my own tools. And most of us, and I am no different, don't like to share our tools. Yes, I'm not gonna let you touch my tools. Ah, that's good. We're glad to hear it, Terry. So so I ended up having to get my flush cutters out to do, to clip them quickly. Not saying that the other flush cutters won't work because they did, but they were just dull. Hi, Linda. And so I'm probably going to get new flush cutters for my training kits. But you can get them at. Let's see if I have a pair here. They're just cheap little flush cutters. I think they cost $4.99 at Harbor Freight, and these are all I need for teaching things. So I think these ones are pretty notched up because I use them on things that I don't want to use my good thing ones on. Um, so I think I'll probably just go to Harbor Freight and get like 3 pair of those for my teaching kit and switch out the older ones that aren't working too great. I told my husband, he says, "Well, can you sharpen them?" And I said, I don't know. I've never tried sharpening flush cutters before. I wouldn't think so. But then he says, "Well, you can sharpen them scissors and stuff by just folding up some aluminum foil or getting a glob of steel wool and just cutting. And for some reason that sharpens them." And I'm like, "Huh. Well, that's something to try. I might try those with these flush cutters that are in my work bag and see if or my teaching bag and see if that works." Oh, check out the containers. Yeah, I think somebody, was it you that mentioned that before to me? I haven't checked them out, but that's a good idea. I should do that. But anyway, the bracelet I was making that I made, I think is too big. Oh yes, it's 7.5 inches. Though of course when I put the knot in it, it won't be that big. But I don't have my large hole bead on here yet either, so I'll probably do a little changing here in the back of it to make it a little bit smaller. But something. Um, I haven't tried it. Heather, I haven't tried it to see if it works. The aluminum or steel wool cutting of the things, but my husband says it does work. I'll trust his word and I'll try it out. So you never can tell. Whistle while you work. Oh. So I haven't checked Harbor Freight for the containers. That's where I get my clamps from that I clamp things onto my table when I'm doing outside shows, like my neck frames and the wood boxes that I put on there. The wood boxes are probably strong enough they don't need a clamp, but I'd rather have one just to be on the same side. So I get my clamps from Harbor Freight. And like I said, I got this pair of clippers from Harbor Freight. They're, like I said, a little bit notched up because I use them on this stuff I don't want to use my good Italian cutters on because let's face it. Oh, It doesn't work. Your husband tried it. But the Harbor Freight ones I think are only like $4.99. Maybe it's even just $3.99. So they're pretty cheap for those cutters. So I don't mind getting like 3 or 4 pair of those for in my my work bag, my teaching bag, because it's not going to break the bank. Let's face it. I pay more than that for. Sometimes I pay more than that for one strand of beads. So, you know, I even might have an extra pair of those around here somewhere, because usually when I buy one pair, I buy two just in case. Hey, I cut really heavy duty things with these, and one day I was cutting, I think it was 12 gauge wire. I mean, they usually say what they'll cut, but I don't think these handles do say so. No, they don't. They're not normal flush cutters anyway. They're tools that you get at Harbor Freight, like I said. And I was cutting some 12 gauge wire, and I snapped down hard on them, and the tip of one of the sides went flying. Luckily, it didn't hit anything, but I'm like, oh, well, now that's different. Glad that wasn't my good ones. Oh boy. So, yeah, I've never tried. This is what I told him. I said I've never tried sharpening flush cutters. I'm not sure you can. I have never heard of being able to. So you pay the postage to send him, Beth. That's great. Oh dear. But I was playing with some of the beads that I had separated out yesterday, this morning before we started, and I got a whole nother box of greens done. So, and I have tons of stuff separated. I still have some boxes, and I've got the ones that I've been putting my charms and stuff in. I got another set of those coming today. They're supposed to get here today. So I'll be loading charms up later. And so, what is it, Rory? You know how you can always tell the difference between your critters? I mean, their voices. Anyway, I can. I think most people can. You get used to your own animals, and you can tell. Sandpaper, huh? I might try. Who knows? It's not going to hurt anything to try, because I'm going to throw them away if they don't, right? So anyway, Rory's complaining. Lily, I don't know why he's complaining, because Lily's been sleeping on the couch, but she sleeps right in the middle. He sleeps on this side over here. Finn tends to take this corner over here, and Lily's been taking the middle lately. So it's like, I don't know what you're complaining about. She's probably in the middle, not on your corner. So, but Rory does have a very distinct cry. Yep, I bet you do, Heather. Know all the different barks of your doggies. Sometimes, I have a neighbor behind me, and we used to have a Siberian Husky, and she was beautiful. She was my grandson's dog, He picked her out when he was 2 years old and she was 6 months old, from the shelter. We purposely took him because he was going to have to, he was the one that was going to interact with the dog the most. When we went and got the dog, we took him with us. And he walked along the rows of all the cages, and most of them either barked at him or backed off or growled, or but Spring, like I said, she was only about 6 months old at the time, real leggy, very cute. Walked right up to the bars and stuck her tongue through trying to lick him. And he was laughing, and he sticking his hand in, and and she was licking him and wagging her tail so hard you'd think her bottom was going to fall off. So that's how we got Spring, and they grew up together. She passed, probably, I don't know, 5 years ago. But it broke his heart because, he'd always had her. And I have a picture of them out playing in the backyard together somewhere. It's really cute. But we knew her voice. But we had a neighbor that was always complaining when any of the neighborhood dogs barked. And she's right behind us, and one day she leaned over her deck and screamed, "Get your dumb dog to shut up." And I looked at her and said, "The dumb dog isn't even outside. It's in the house. So I don't know how you're hearing her." "Oh, well," and huffed and went back in the house. I thought that was funny. So we miss her a lot, but my husband decided after she passed away he didn't want any more dogs. He said the cats are so much easier to take care of. Well, as far as I'm concerned, that's true because I don't do anything. He still takes care of everything. Feeding and, cleaning. But, well, I shouldn't say I don't do anything because I do clean up there when they get a little oofy. And, all cats do, especially the long-haireds like that I have, a couple of them, because, they swallow their hair. But anyway, let's turn down and look at this baby. I'm sort of excited. I hear it's green. So, flipping. Come on. There we go. I'm sorry you have to put on pain patches, Cindy. Is that after effect of hitting the deer, or is that just normal pain, aches and pains? My knees have been bothering me lately, my arthritis, but it's because our weather's turned again. It was so warm. Well, warm is a relatively term. It was in the 50s, but it's gone back to the 30s again, and the weather report says you're going to have a wintry mix. I'm like, yeah, thanks. I sort of was expecting that though. So, because I said the other day that it was the other shoe was going to fall because so anyway, this says this collection is key lime pie. Cool. So, key lime pie, rounds and half rounds, couple with luscious creamy shades of green in this bright springtime palette. Inspired by Pantone's Spring 2025 color trends, you'll find gorgeous green gemstones such as serpentine, Laotian agate, I don't think I've ever seen that one before, and aventurine. Crackled glass, sparkling crystal, and gold finished findings complete this collection. Happy Pie Day. Cool. Now, the next thing on this page is the coupon code for the folks that have subscribed, so I'm not going to tell you, but if you are a subscriber, you can get 30% off any order from Beadbox Bargains, the sister site, with the coupon. And then after that is talking about putting your creations on their Creative Corner and their support email. And let me tell you, their support is the best. If your box has something wrong with it, say something's broken, something's missing, you can contact them and they will always replace it and frequently send you something extra just because you had to bother to get hold of them, kind of thing. So that's always great. Oh, we have a bonus. Looks like we have 20 items this month. Usually it's between 17 and 18, so 20 is great. Estimated retail value is $81.81. Now they have down listed on here the suggested manufacturer's retail price. This is not the price they charge if they put the extras out. It's always less than this, so that's really cool. So, ooh, look at all these goodies. Oh, there's a nice big lobster claw. That's even bigger than the ones I use usually. I like that. 19.5 millimeters. I usually use a 16. I hate those little 12s. They're just too small. In fact, one sitting over here, I flipped it to the side when it came in something. That's number 18. We aren't anywhere near that one as far as the countdown is concerned. But since we've already looked at it, we might as well flip it back in the bag. Oh, this is our extra thing, number 20. Bonus 7.5-inch strand of 6 millimeter green aventurine dyed round beads. These might be dyed, but I think these are almost exactly the same color as the green aventurine that we got from Randy's Claim It Live sale a few weeks ago. I'll have to get the box out and check, but I think it is. It's almost the same color. And I think I got coins in 8 millimeters, so now I have some 6 to go along with those. So put those back in their little bonus baggie here. Now, see, that didn't have the manufactured retail price on this one, which is sort of strange because they usually do. But that one was number 20. Way down the line, I'm starting at the bottom. Hey, Dorothy. I'm sorry that your shoulder is bothering you. Did your weather change? That's when my stuff always bothers me. It's when the weather changes. It sucks big time. We're really not paying attention to our list here because we're just reading what's on the papers, so we really don't have to go in order here. Finding some fun stuff as we go along, though. But this one is number 9, 6x4 millimeter crystal faceted rondelle beads in C Opal AB. 16 inches, and manufacturer's retail price is $3.99. There's Lily. In case anybody's wondering about that voice, that one was Lily. So those are like white. So there's the C Opal crystals. Didn't we get sea opal in something else? Seems to me we did. But anyway, number 7 is 8mm crackle glass beads in honeydew, 15-inch strand, $5.99 is their suggested retail price. Now, I love this color. It's really pretty. And I don't mind crackle agate, but I do have to warn you that crackle agate breaks easier than other beads because it's already cracked. I had a cat, he's passed now, but he used to love to take crackle agate and put his teeth, break them with his teeth. And obviously he could because they have the cracks in them. So that is one thing I warn people. If you want to use the hey Georgina, they will break easier than other stones, so just be aware of that. If you're going to use it on something that it's going to be rough, you're going to be rough with, I'd advise not. But, that's just me. I'm trying to be careful with these so that I don't put them in something that I know they're going to get banged around a lot and possibly get broken because of it. It looks like we have some little bead caps here. This is item 13, 40 pieces of 6mm hypoallergenic stainless steel bead cap in gold. Suggested retail price, $3.99. Now these are pretty plain. They don't have any decoration on them. They're just a dopped little piece of gold. But they're cool. They'll work. Hate to say it, I think this is an ugly color. Looks like canned peas. Oh man, Beth, I'm jealous. 70 degrees in sunshine. Good morning, Teresa. Oh, my string must be broken because one just rolled. But yeah, I don't really care for these. These are the 8mm Alaskan agate dyed round beads, 7 inches. Retail price is $6.99. But yeah, I don't think this is a pretty color of green. I mean, I love these other greens, but this green is like I said, it looks like canned peas to me. It's like, ugh. No. If you're going to have a pea color, at least make them be fresh peas. So we got that bright green instead of this blah green. Avocado green goes perfect with Tupperware. Thank you, PK. And you hate canned peas too. I hate canned peas too. I actually love peas, but they have to be either frozen or fresh. It's funny, when I was a kid, my grandma looked at me like I'd gone insane when I told her something, because we were shelling peas right out of the garden, and she popped some in her mouth, and I just freaked out because my mother had always told us that fresh peas, if they're not cooked, they're poisonous. And I said something to my grandma about that. And she looked at me like I'd lost my mind. And then she said, I think your mother's just telling you tales so that you won't eat them right out of the garden. and she will have some. That's interesting about the agate PK. I'm I still don't like the color. So oh gosh. So anyway, what are we going to grab next? What is this? Number 11, 40 pieces of 4mm crystal faceted cubic cylinder beads in champagne shimmer. Cubic cylinder beads? Oh, these are the ones that look like little barrels, I bet. Yep. They're pretty. Make a good offset color for the greens. Oh, look at you. This is number 1, 24mm green aventurine faceted teardrop pendant. Retail price $6.99. And it's a beauty. Isn't that pretty? It's got a lot of... this one is not solid green like a lot of aventurine is. This is like, it's almost like the aventurine is mixed in with some quartz. Agreed. Canned beans are gross. So I think this one is this is gorgeous. Okay, what did I do with this little package? It's right here. So wow, I like this green pendant. We're gonna definitely have to do something with that. Go down in there. What is this? Number 3, 2 pieces of 15 by 19mm carved white agate ginkgo leaf drops. Suggested retail price $5.99. Okay, babies, come out. Out. Huh, they like their bag. They don't want to come out. Ooh. Those are cool. I like ye. I see some earrings in the future. Though one of these would make a really nice simple pendant too. Back in your baggie. We don't want you to get lost. Number 10, 4mm crystal bell beads in light green jade AB, 6.5 inches, $3.99. Bell? Oh, I bet these are the ones that are curved on one side and flat on the other. And that they are. See the little curve and then the flat right there? Those are cute. See, I like this green. Number 5 is 10mm synthetic coral man-made lotus flower beads, 7 inches, retail price $6.99. And these are carved. Oh, they actually look lotus. Yeah, they actually look like a lotus. If you guys haven't got your BBB yet, these are cool. These carvings really look like a little lotus bead, a little lotus flower. I haven't had canned peas in my adult life, Heather, because I hate them. That sounds good, Deborah. My mom used to make, but she always used fresh peas and fresh baby potatoes, and she'd make baby potatoes, and we'd skin them because they're really easy to skin when they're babies. You just boil them for a few minutes, and then just their skin will just slip off if you rub it. And then she'd make like a cream gravy and put them in. Sometimes cut into, mainly they were just little tiny new potatoes about that big, and then put fresh green peas in it too. That was really good. But I haven't had that in absolute years. It's a lotus blossom. It's a little lotus blossom. Let's see if I can get it closer to you so you can see. See, it's all the little petals, and then there's a little lotus blossom. So let's get these back in their baggie. I really think these are gorgeous. I'm gonna have to do something special with those, I think. They may be earrings along with the ginkgo leaves, though, you know, ginkgo and lotus are not the same thing, but, you know. Go in the bag. Not sure he likes his buddies. He doesn't want to go in the bag with them. Well, it looks like we have some nugget, and it looks like, yeah, I was going to say, it looks like the same jade almost that was the chips from the other day. Oh, I put that bracelet in my shop, so it's not here. It's in my shop inventory, so. But this is, it says it's new jade serpentine nugget beads, 15-inch strand, and number 4, and it doesn't have the suggested, but the suggested retail price is $5.99. Now, when it comes right down to brass tacks, I prefer a nugget to a chip. Nuggets are generally in the middle of the drill hole, like a bead would be. So even though, look, it's a little baby pea. Now we're on the pea conversation. But so those are pretty. So then over here we have number 8 is 4 pieces, approximately 12 millimeter lampwork glass beads in green glow. Manufactured retail price is $3.99. Now that would mean these are $1 a piece. They got little gold flecks in them. Those are cool with the little gold flecks. Now, from what I understand, when they say green glow, these are phosphorus and they'll glow in the dark. I'll have to experiment and see if that works. Got to get them bright too first. But how many of you guys had the glow in the dark stars on either your light or on your ceilings as a kid, or on your kids' ceiling? Because mine had them. She loved those silly stars. So, ooh, what do we got here? 2 pieces of 18 by 13 millimeter new jade serpentine teardrops, retail price $5.99. This is number 2. This new jade here does not have much color to it. Mine look like they're almost white, though this one's a little greener than this one is. Put these with the little lotus beads to make earrings. That might be pretty. This one is almost glowing because it's more clear than the other one. And then this one has some white in it. So that's pretty cool. I like those. Being stone, of course, they're not going to be the same. I wish they were a little closer in, though, but, it is what it is. So what else we got here? Oh, we have some ear studs. And I love an ear stud. So, of course, I don't like these backs, so I'll throw them away. Oh, they're little half moons. Those are pretty. I like those little studs. I hope they have these when they have the box extras, because I would definitely buy some more of these. I think they're cool. Your little half circle. 2-piece 8 by 10 millimeter 18 gold plated brass half circle ear stud findings in F, which is nickel free, which is good because people with allergies don't want any nickel in their ears. $1.99 for the pair. Those are nice. Now, a lot of times I will find ear studs that the post itself is surgical steel, but this one looks like it's gold plated too. So that's very pretty. Those are really pretty. I like those. Definitely one I will buy extras of if they have them in the extra stuff when they release it. Okay. Oh, looks like we got some chain. Number 19, 1 meter, 4 by 3 millimeter, 18 karat gold plated stainless steel jewelry chain. Retail price $5.99. Now, this is curved chain. It's pretty. Being steel, it's pretty darn strong. I'll definitely use that. There's a knot in the end of my piece right here. See? Gonna have to get that knot out. But 1 meter is, I think, 3.2 feet. Just a little over a yard. So what else we got here? Number 15, 2 pieces of 10.5 by 21 millimeter 18 karat gold plated brass half circle links, nickel free, for $2.99 for the retail price. Mine are stuck together. I'm going to have to get them apart. Wow, they're really stuck together. What the heck? They must have a coating on them that got hot or something. They stuck together. And they're really stuck together. Oh, there we go. I'm going to have to give that a bit of a rub. It almost looks like it had glue on it. Well, I think that's both on the back side, so I'm not too worried about it. But they have 2 holes, so these are links. And I noticed right here we have, this is number 16, 2 pieces of 10.5 by 21 millimeter, and they are the same size. 18 karat gold plated brass half circle pendants, nickel free, for $2.99. Now, and they're not stuck together, yay. So these 2 just have 1 hole, whereas these have 2 holes. Look, we could stick them straight together and make a circle. And you actually could stick them straight together if you wanted to. Just put a jump ring between the 2 pieces. If I were to do that, I'd put something between them though. So let's see. This is the connector. This is the... Those are cool. And I'm glad I could get these apart, because for that second there, I was worried they weren't going to come apart. I was thinking I was going to have to get my nylon job pliers out to pull on them. So then we have some ball spacers. Number 12, 100 pieces. Really, there's 100 pieces in there? Okay, I'll take their word for it. 3.2 millimeter steel spacer beads, LF. That is lead-free, $1.99. So little tiny ball spacers. These actually aren't little tiny. These are a little bigger than some of them I use. But the ones I frequently use are right here above me, and they are 8/0. So they don't really say what size they are. They just say 8/0. So there's 100 pieces of ball spacers. And lastly, what do we got here? Ooh, I like number 14, 2 pieces of 40 by 29 millimeter hammered Art Deco half oval pendants, lead-free, cadmium-free, for $2.99. Shiny, very shiny. Wow. Well, it calls to have beads through here. But I might, I might punch some holes and do more than just the bead down the middle. I could punch a hole in the middle here and do a little strand down here. Or I could put 3 holes, one here, and then like put some chain or something in a loop around. We'll see what I decide to do. But these are pretty. I really like them, though. This is pretty thick. I'm not sure if I want to punch a hole in how thick it is, but it's pretty. I really like these. Actually, speaking of resin projects, if you wanted to, you could put resin through the middle here and put like little flowers or little rock chips or something else right in the middle here. It doesn't have to have a strand of beads. It actually could have some little tiny beads just here. I'll show you what I mean. I just knocked something on the floor. What else is new? So you could just take, and you'd have to, of course, put some resin tape back there. But then you could just take, it's going to pop out probably. These are a little big. Probably want smaller ones, but you could just put some resin, some beads inside the piece like that. Or you could string them, but you could resin them and it would stay in there too. So that'd be cool. And it wouldn't have to be seed beads. It could be little tiny stones. It could be anything. Like I used for my trinket box, I put flowers. I could put a little strand of flowers through there too. I really like these. Another one of those things I might get extras of if when they come out. If they haven't already come out, I should check. So that is, let's see if we got everything. The drop, the teardrops, the ginkgo leaves, nugget beads, the lotus flowers, agates, crackle glass, lampwork, sea opal, bell beads. Yep. Yep, looks like we had everything in there. So those are really cool. I like this box a lot. And green is not my favorite color, but I mean, I like it all right. I don't think there's a color that I actively dislike. Yes, all the metals are 18 karat gold plated according to the little signs. That's true. You could make asymmetric earrings so they don't match. Yours was missing number 14. Which one was that? Get hold of the support. It's support at bargainbeadbox.com and let them know that you're missing yours, and they will get you some. The Art Deco half oval pendants. Okay, the little half circle with the one hole instead of 2 holes. Yeah, get hold of their support. They're great. I mean, absolutely great. The one that the last one I showed that I really love. Yeah, that's a really pretty, that's a pretty piece. So if when the box extra comes out, the little ear studs are in there and those things are in there, I'm definitely getting me some more. So here we go. It's going to start a new pile over here. So those are a little like these that I got from, I got these from Beadbox Bargains. And I really like these. I haven't done anything with them yet, but they're similar to those, except for these are patinaed bronze. And again, I was thinking of putting some little holes in either side, swinging a chain down around and hanging another bead or so down here, and then putting some up in here. I think that would be fun. But obviously these aren't from the box. These are some I found while I was cleaning and organizing. So these are pretty cool. Oh, there's 2 little holes. I never noticed that. From side to side there. Maybe what I'll do is put a tiny little bead strand right here, hook a little bit of chain with 1 bead hanging from it down here in the middle, or maybe even 2, and then do the same down here with the chain and the bead hanging from it. I like it. I like that idea. I think we'll do that. Yeah, you find all kinds of things that you don't remember having gotten. Or if you do remember, you're like, when did I get that? Why did I get that? What am I doing with that? This is too long. So we're going to take that off. And I don't have Okay. For those of you who came in later, this is the bracelet I started at my class yesterday. It's a stretch bracelet last night. Originally, I only had one student, so I was just going to make a stretch bracelet along with her because I gave her the option of what do you want to make, stretch bracelet, pendant, or a pendant on a rayon cord kind of pendant, or earrings. And she chose stretch bracelet. And so I started mine at the same time as hers so that, I could sort of say, this is what you do, this is how you do this, this is how you do this. And then I suddenly got a lot of extra students, and and when I say a lot, I mean a lot. And I ended up, I need a large hole bead so I can put my knot in it. Anyway, I got a lot of extra students, but most of them wanted to make stretch bracelets. But because I was helping everybody else, I didn't get mine finished. So it's just about there right there. I think this bead coming out will finish it, but I need a large hole bead to put my knot in, and none of these are large holes. So I'm thinking I might trade these two out for a large hole bead to finish this up, but I'm not sure if I have any still around me. Probably not, because let's face it, everything is moved. So, and the spacers I used to have near me are over there, and I don't feel like digging them out. I did see Randy and Jefferson playing the shoe game. That was really cute. And I knew some of their answers anyway, because but this is gonna, I think I'm gonna change this bead out for a large hole on both sides. On both sides, because I want them to match, but then that will be in the middle there, like that when I finish it. So I'm going to flip us up here. It's a few moments after the hour. Wow, it's closer to the hour than I normally am, right? So, yeah, that was cute. Little game they were playing. But, I think once upon a time, I don't remember how long ago it was, we did a sort of like newlyweds game on one of the evening lives that Randy used to do with the folks sent me some questions to ask him, and we asked, and so we had a little impromptu little game like that, but it wasn't shoes, it was just just but I need to find some large hole beads so I can switch them here for this and for the ones that are on there, and finish my little bracelet off. It's too early. Well, yes, it is too early. So, as we were saying at the beginning of the show, this was my bracelet from my little class that I started, and my class went from one kid to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 children and 2 adults. So it was a little different. Wasn't expecting that, but no complaints. I don't mind having extras, so that was pretty cool. But that was cute. though she had to keep straightening her dress because it kept slipping up her thigh. And I thought that was, I was laughing, thinking, okay, girl, you got to be careful. You're going to show us your panties. So that was a cute. Did you guys notice I'm wearing the earrings that we made yesterday? I decided I had to keep them because they were pretty. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Maybe I should do classes. Yeah, but I'd have to find a place to do classes. I would never do them here at my house because I'm not a good housekeeper. I don't like to do housework. My husband does it, but I don't. And I'm horrible about that. But well, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas as long as it's not on a video. Because it's on a video, everybody gets to see it. Especially if they put it on a public forum. So anyway, ladies, we've almost been on, yeah, not quite an hour and 10. We got about 3 minutes to an hour and 10. So a little less time than we normally do, but, you know, it is over the hour. So I'll probably call it a day. Oh, well, that we did do this one at the school. A lot of my artists club sponsored it, and one of the things we do is sponsor art classes at the local schools because inevitably when the budgets are cut, the first thing that goes is the art classes, which really sucks in my opinion, but it does. So my eyes are icky this morning. But yeah, it's generally the first thing that goes is the art classes, and then the music classes, and anything creative that is not a requirement goes down the tubes pretty fast. And my club, if you buy new things for your thing, if you submit receipts, like if I had bought lots of new beads or if I'd bought new tools before I went, I could have submitted the receipts and got reimbursed up to $25. I didn't really have anything new. I just took stuff from my stash with me for beads and stuff like that. So I didn't ask to be reimbursed for anything. And besides that, Marianne sent stuff. Thank you, Gloria. Yes, please hit the like button, folks. It's free. So it was a good class. Everybody still had trouble with the knot, but we tried, and so I was pleased. The girls were having a major problem doing a wrapped loop, but they tried. I had to fix a few of their wrapped loops, but they tried, and that's the big thing, isn't it? That they tried. Anyway, in my opinion, it is. If you try, it shows that you want to, and wanting to is part of the battle, in my opinion. So yeah, it was a good class. I enjoyed it. Hey, Marianne, we had a few of your beads used yesterday. We just finished opening our bargain bead box because mine came yesterday, which I'm really pleased with this box. I like most of it. There's one or two things. If we're gonna talk about the things we could do without, it would be those canned green peas beads. I don't like them. I don't like the color. I don't. The, what size elastic do I like the best? I like the this one doesn't say 1 millimeter best because it's the thick one of the thicker ones. The one we were using last night was some 0.7 millimeter that I had here at the house that I just grabbed and took with me. And I hadn't planned on making stretch bracelets. I just grabbed it just in case, and it ended up that that was what they wanted to make. so, so it was quite good that I did grab it. And it's a good thing that this knot really holds all by itself and doesn't need glue because I forgot to take the hypo cement. So everybody has unglued knots. So, but that's fine. The only glue I had with me was Loctite, which I would never, ever advise using on a stretch bracelet. It dries too hard and it makes the elastic snap. So, it's better without it than with Loctite. I use Loctite though for cords and leather, for leather cords and for rayon cords. So, and even for ribbon, but anything that's cloth or stuff, but not for elastic cords. My knots are pretty good size too because I use a surgeon's knot, and that's why I say I need a large hole bead for one of for the knot to go in. So anyway, ladies, it's almost 1/4 after. Not quite, but almost. Getting close. I'm going to find me some large hole beads and finish up this bracelet later. And tomorrow, since we didn't work on it today, we'll work on a resin project, whether I decide to like make since I have some frames, I can make a pendant out of one of these. Now, I really wish that these had been the same color, even though I love gold and I like silver both. If they had been the same color, then I could have just remount the bead some to make a larger hole. I could do that. It's black agate. I don't want to break it, but that's all right. I can if I have to. And actually, I just haven't tried it yet, still in the package. I got a Beadalon bead reamer, battery operated bead reamer. So I may have to try it, see if it works. Well, I know it works, just how good does it work? So anyway, if these had been the same color, we could have made some earrings out of these with some. But I do have some earring molds that we can use to make some resin earrings tomorrow. We can make a pendant out of one of those. And if I can find where I stuffed my little trinket boxes, we could make a trinket box top. So that will be on. So we will do that tomorrow since we looked at our bargain bead box today and talked about my class. Yeah, they'll get hot if you don't do it underwater. That's true. And I do actually have somewhere. It's over there in my tools that I haven't used before, I'm pretty sure. One of the wooden clamps for holding the beads under the water so that you don't have to worry about it getting hot in your hand, because beads do get hot when you ream them. How's the organizing going? Well, I separated out one more box of beads this morning. Yesterday, if you saw the start of yesterday's live, I had beads all over my bed because I was separating them out by color. And those bags were all the glass beads. Over to the side in a pile was gemstones because I hadn't separated those into colors yet. So I had them all separated out into colors yesterday, what I had worked on. And then this morning, last night, after I got done with the live, I separated out 2 or 3 boxes worth of blue. And this morning I did 2 boxes of green. So I think I'm going to work on orange next, maybe. I still have I still oh you're organizing while you're watching. I I still have a few boxes left that are here. I got a delivery notice that I had the ones I've been putting my charms and things in. Some of those coming today. So once those come, I'll go back to putting charms in boxes. So I'm making progress. I'm finding things that I forgot I had, which is like, oh, where'd that come from? or or if it's not that, it's like, oh, there you are. I wondered where you've been, kind of thing. So so always fun. So I'm about um I'm about probably a third to halfway down the bin that has the most stuff in it. So oh, the 1 meter elastic. I prefer it because it's thicker, and I expect it not to break. It doesn't break as easily, I don't think. So I just prefer it because it is heavier. But as I always warn everybody that buys one of my stretch bracelets, or like the kids last night that were making them, I always say it's just beads on a big rubber band. Be careful, you don't want to break them. But and then I do tell my customers that buy one of my bracelets, I make a lot of them with lava beads, and because they're aroma bracelets, you can put essential oil or perfume or something like that on the lava beads to have your scent with you, and not have to put it on your skin, especially like stuff like peppermint, which will actually burn you. Um, I I always tell my customers, if when they break, and I say when because they will. I mean, it's a given. It's going to break. No matter what you do, sooner or later, that rubber band is going to harden and break. And I said, if you manage to keep hold of all the beads and get them back to me, I'll restring it for you for $1. If I have to add beads to it, the price is going to go up. But in general, I will restring them for folks if they bring them back to me. But it's a given. It's an elastic band. It's going to break. It just is. So that's true, Heather. They'll last longer if you don't stretch them, if you roll them up over your arm. Um, they might have decided to make stretch bracelets last night because I put 3 of mine on my wrist, so I had a bracelet stack on when I got there. Um, it's funny because I didn't put any necklace on. I just had my normal rings, earrings, which of course I didn't make any of these rings, though I can make rings. Um, and I had these earrings on because I put them on last night. Hi, Anissa. And then So but I had put on 3 of my stretch bracelets. Now I have I have other bracelets besides my stretch bracelets. But let's face it, when you're putting on a bracelet, it's so easy just to grab a stretch bracelet and roll it up over your hand onto your arm. And it and if you add more than one, like I did, I had 3 of them on. Um, you get that extra oomph. Why just charge $1? I just charge the dollar because of the cost of my stretch cord. And most people are thrilled that I would redo it for just $1. So, I have been known to use bead covers to cover my knots up too, Gloria. But Beadalon once told us, I commented to Meredith because I had a class with her down in Tucson some years ago. I commented to her about doing that, and she said that sometimes your crimp cover has sharp edge, and it might cut your elastic, um, especially if you have it right over the top of your elastic. If it goes over the top of your elastic, it could cut it. Oh, Beth, I mean when I'm talking to the people that go to my scrap craft shows that are local, is when I tell them that I'll just restring it for $1 if they have all the beads. Um, oh, that sounds cool, Heather. But yeah, that's why I just charge the dollar just for, it's I'm not going to instantly get it done. It takes me a little bit of time, and I have the stretch cord needs to be replaced. So that's why this is for local people. I've never said anything on my Etsy shop. I should probably say that I will in the Etsy shop tell them if that, but of course they have to pay for the postage to me and then the postage back to them after it's finished. And you know there's always these things. So that'll be fun, Heather. I'll have to make it a point to try and find your channel and watch. So now we've been on for almost an hour and a half. We're about 5 minutes shy of it. So I think it's time to go. I'm going to finish this bracelet, and I'm going to go work on organizing some more. And I think I'll find this stuff to make a resin project for us tomorrow for our live. And then tomorrow afternoon is a bail to hide the knot. I have done that before too, Sid. And then, of course, if I do that, I will hang some kind of little charm on it if I do. But then, of course, I have to decide what beads I'm going to use, because we're going to take our ring we made yesterday on our members live, and we're going to start our hot air balloon. So for those who aren't one of my members, if that's something you would be interested in watching, I do have a membership for $4.99 a month, and members live is one of the big things that we do. And So we're going to start working on our hot air balloon sun catcher tomorrow using the frame we made. What day did we make that? Did we make that Monday? I think we made it Monday, didn't we? What do you mean no, Beth? No to what? To making the hot air balloon? No, we must. I told you guys I'd started. That no was me leaving? Well, honey, gotta leave sometime. Can't stay here forever. Because if we could, then we couldn't go see Heather. Because Heather's gonna go do a live. Heather, when are you gonna do your live? Oh, I'm sorry you're not feeling good, Dorothy. I hope you feel better soon. Anyway, Heather, live, what time? Any idea? 12 Pacific time. So that would be 1 o'clock my time, which is when I usually do my lives on Thursday. So my members live on Thursdays. So I should be able to remember that. Oh, it's a nasty cold. Gosh, I hate it when I get a cold. I'm always sniffly anyway. Part of it's allergies and part of it is long-term COVID symptoms that I've had since I had COVID, like almost 5 years now. Your time, Beth, would be 3 o'clock. Because I had such a bad bout of the original COVID that I have long-standing problems from it. Though from what I've been hearing lately, some of my long-standing problems might actually be from the vaccine. Who knows? But I never did lose my sense of taste, but it changed a little bit. And mainly, I think it changed a bit because I lost my sense of smell. And even though that's come back to a degree, I've never got my sense of smell all the way back. There's some things I smell with no problem whatsoever. Some things I can't smell at all. Some things I can smell, but it's deadened. It's like skunk is the main one. I can be right beside a skunk and I can smell it, but it's not bad because it's deadened. It's such a very soft smell anymore that it doesn't bother me. And then there's some things that I smell a component of, but not the whole thing. Like Chinese food. The first time I went to a restaurant with Chinese food after I had COVID, all I could smell was vinegar. Couldn't smell anything else. So it's just so I have things that hold on still. There are times when I'm searching for words and I sometimes wonder, well, is that old age or is that still left over from the COVID? Because I had a bugger of a time remembering what word goes to what after I had it. And also, I couldn't bead. I didn't remember what I was doing. And that was probably the most distressing thing to me. I'd pull out beads and then I'd just look at them because I'd be like, what am I supposed to do? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And that was the most horrid thing to me. And then the very first thing I made after that was a pair of earrings, and they were just a simple pair of earrings, but I remembered how to do them, so that was very, very exciting to me. But yeah, I got the original COVID and not any of the mutations. It was the original. So it was bad. And actually was talking to one of my girlfriends last night, the girl that set up the class stuff. And she said she'd had it twice, but she got the Delta version and the Omicron version. And the Delta, I think, is the mildest form of it. But, and my mom, when she caught it, she caught the Delta, which is good because she was, she's 94 years old. Um, I don't think she could have made it through the original. It was bad for me, and I'm much younger than she is. So, um, and I actually don't think I would have made it if it hadn't been for my husband because he got me up and made me eat. Um, and he got me to the bathroom and cleaned me up quite a few times because I was so exhausted I couldn't even. Yeah, yeah, same way, Beth. I even getting up and walking even to the bathroom um was I couldn't. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Heather. It was so horrible. Um yeah, yeah. I understand that. My um my family, lives in Sun City West. Most of them do. Where they're all, it's one of those communities down there in Phoenix where you have to be, I think you have to be 52 or is the youngest you can be to own there. So they were all older folks around. And my sisters, the couple across from her, both passed from the COVID, the original COVID. So scary time. At least now our bodies have met it. So I think that was the biggest thing um, that from it was that our bodies had no immunity to it. They didn't have any idea what it was. It was like, what the heck is this new germ? I don't know how to handle that. Um, it was a really horrible time, and it's still around. It's always going to be around, just like the flu. It's always going to be there. Um, it's just a fact of life now. The biggest difference now is, for one thing, it's mutated a bit and it's not as bad as it was. Um, and it's the mutations aren't nearly as strong as the original was, which was the one that killed everybody, of course. And like I say, I don't think I would have made it if it hadn't been for my husband. Um, because I wasn't eating. I was barely getting out of bed because I was so exhausted all the time I couldn't get out of bed. I had trouble even getting to the restroom. So he had to clean me in the bed quite a few times. So um, it was bad. And then one of my side effects was losing my hair. I didn't lose it all, obviously. I've never been without it all, but I would take a shower after I got to the point where I could, um, because it was like I said to one of my sisters, I said, it was just so exhausting just to get in the shower, and then I'd get dizzy. I couldn't stay there. It was more of a rinse off than a shower kind of thing. So then when I got well enough to start taking then when it got well enough that I could start taking a shower, within a few weeks after that, I'd shampoo my hair and my hands would just come back covered with hair because I lost a lot of my hair from it. So Thank you, Dorothy. I'm glad I made it through too. I'm glad Beth made it because it sounds like she had it like I did, and Heather too. It was not good. It was not good at all. Um, my doctor, when I tested positive, very specifically told me, do not, whatever you do not sleep on your back. And quite frankly, I'm always either on my back or on my side. So I had to stuff pillows behind me to keep myself from rolling over on my back. But they said that if you're on your back, it allows the crap to get into your lungs. And so I was lucky it didn't get into my lungs very badly. So in that regard, I was really lucky. But one of my younger sister, who's just younger than myself, said that she had her COVID shots, and after she had the second one, she said, "Oh man, that is so exhausting. I'm so tired. I couldn't handle this for long." And I said, "Oh, Sin, multiply that tired that you're feeling by 10 times, and then do it for 5 weeks." And she said, "Oh, I couldn't do that." And I said, "Yeah, you could, because you wouldn't have a choice. You know, the choice is a lot worse than doing it." So, but yeah, it was not good, not good at all. And so I know um, we lost quite a few people, good people. Um, and yeah, that's when I started staying home, and I don't go out very often. I do if I need something desperately myself, but if I can get my husband to go get it for me, I'm not going anywhere. Now, my husband caught it too. My whole family had it. My daughter brought it home she worked at uh, the nursing, a local nursing home, and it got into the nursing home, and she caught it there and brought it home. And she just had her second shot, and she started, feeling the tiredness and the sickness. And the doctor there said, "Well, it might just because you had your second shot. It's just, because you have those after effects from having the shot." But that wasn't the case, unfortunately. She had it, and she passed it to the whole family. And I got it the worst. My grandson, who has immune problems, and we were pretty scared for him, said it really didn't bother him that much. Um, and my husband, who tested positive as well, um, never had a single symptom. He was fine the whole way through. He was asymptomatic, so it was like, which was good because then he could take care of everybody else, and he did. So, yeah. Now my daughter did get it into her lungs. She has little nodules in her lungs now from it, but oh yeah, exactly, Heather. I know my joints were just aching, especially my knees that have the arthritis in them. They were they were horrible. But yeah, I still have little after effects, but they're not. But they're things I've gotten used to. I almost always have a sniffly nose, and sometimes worse than other times. And like I said, I can't smell everything like I used to. But oh, your blood pressure goes up, Tina, when you have to go to the hospital? Whose son had it 3 times? Oh, Gloria. Oh, yeah. Puppy appointments outside so you don't get sick. Yeah. I I don't really have a problem going places. It really doesn't bother me anymore. I'm not really afraid of it so much. Um, but I just got so used to being at home that I don't care if I go anywhere anymore. I've become quite a homebody. Yeah. So anyway, that little chat took us a lot longer there. So we're gonna go. And that way we can all do whatever we need to do today, and we can join Heather this afternoon. Um, I will say that Heather did say she had put a video up, but it's comfortable inside. You're right, it is. And all my beads are here. And they bring me new ones in the mail. But yeah. So we're gonna go. We've had a nice, lovely chat. Heather has a video up, she says, so we can go watch her video. And we'll see her on her live this afternoon. What'd you say? It was going to be at noon your time, so it's 1 o'clock Mountain Time, 2 o'clock Central, 3 o'clock East. So we can go watch Heather live this afternoon, and then we'll watch me live again tomorrow morning. And then for the members, we'll watch me again in the afternoon, and I'm going to start the hot air balloon sun catcher. So that ought to be fun. So you brought beads when you went to visit a friend on Saturday? That's cool. That sounds like fun. So anyway, we'll see everybody later. If not this afternoon on Heather's channel, then we'll see you tomorrow morning. And the members will see tomorrow afternoon as well. So I'm going to talk to y'all later. And we'll go bye-bye. Bye. This has been Rose for In Rose's Garden.